I would like to wish a special happy birthday to a good friend of mine, Mr. Adam Burnham. Happy birthday. I hope it was great. I hope it was awesome. I hope you got everything you wanted or needed. And the best way I think that I can help celebrate that with you is to do an unboxing and first impression review of our favorite character, Voltron, legendary defender. So let's go do it. What is happening, folks? It is Jimmy G in the place to be, bringing you back to another episode of The Good, The Bad, The Awesome, where I unbox, give you my first reaction to all things pop culture. So, if you like to see what I see, hit like, subscribe, get notified when we have new videos, which try to post every Tuesday and Thursday. And if you're already doing that, thank you so very much. So what I have before you is what we're going to unbox. But again, happy birthday, Adam. I know you are a Voltron fan, just as I am. And so we're going to take a look at this. And where I got this guy from was from CYHO, from Kicks Generation Toys. I'll put a link to their website down below. But you can get all sorts of wonderful things from his website, which is great. And so we're looking at the Voltron Legendary Defender by Riobot and 1000 Toys. This is the exclusive edition that comes with the special feather parts for the Black Lion. So here it is. It is a pricey Voltron. I'm just going to put it out there for you. I'm not going to tell you how much I paid for it, but he is a pricey Voltron. So we're going to see if it's worth the price of how much this guy was. Okay, I'll tell you. It was about 600 bucks. A little bit over that, but yeah, he was very pricey. So, but here he is. I just had to get it. I have to review it for you, but I'm also a huge Voltron fan. Yeah, just want to do that for you. So we're going to see if this guy's worth it, or hey, maybe wait on Blitzways or whatever you may want to do. But this is Legendary Defender, not the original Voltron, but the Netflix version of Voltron here. And if you didn't watch the Netflix show, it's kind of a little bit too late. It's off of Netflix right now. Hopefully it'll come back, but you can probably find it on DVD or digital streaming somewhere. But this guy is pretty big box. It is a freaking huge box, and I love the artwork. I think this Voltron looks pretty cool. He's not as blocky as the 84 Voltron. Kind of a little bit more sculpted, has a little bit more bells and whistles and things like that, but still uses most of the same character names of basically Pidge, Hunk, Keith, Lance, and the biggest exception is no Sven, it's Shiro. So, but the box itself is, oh gosh, almost 20 inches tall. So, and it is a little bit heavy. So this is die cast, and I know this was being announced a while ago, and now it's finally here. So hopefully we can do a really good unboxing and a really good first reaction on this. But here's the front of the box. Here is the side of the box where you can kind of see some different poses. Here is the back of the box where you have the lions right there. And then of course Voltron there. Here's this side of the box. Got all the different lions. Black, red, green, blue, yellow. Top of the box just has the logo. And then the bottom of the box has all the basically your UPC symbols and all that kind of stuff. But we're not here to take a look at the box. We're here to take a look at what's in the box, according to Brad Pitt's character N7. So through the magic of video editing, we're going to get this guy out of the box. If you do want to watch the full unboxing experience, it will be on my members only channel. But magic of video editing, unbox it now. Okay, first of all, I gotta say, holy crap nuggets, there is a lot of stuff that you get with this Voltron set, and wow, taking him out of the box, it was really cool. The unboxing experience, there was a lot of stuff, as you can kind of see, spread out over this table. So first impressions, I mean, they are built very well, and you do get tons of accessories that come straight from the show. So first of all, you do get this instruction booklet, which I am going to be going over before I start combining and doing all sorts of stuff like that. So you get that very nice little booklet there. Then you also get a ton of accessories. So let's start with the accessory. So you get the legendary shield, which is very, very cool. Just a nice translucent plastic that you can kind of see right there. Very, very nice. So we'll set that to the side. And then you get the sword. Just a beautiful plastic sword. That, again, that right there, I don't know if that focuses in or not, but that just looks so cool. And just the detail, I mean, it looks like it pops straight out of the cartoon. You get the two one-handed swords. Those are very, very nice. Very cool. We'll set that to the side. You get each of the lion's weapons. So there's the yellow lion. Here's the red lion. Here's the green lion. So just, again, this translucent is just nice. The blue lion. And then, of course, the black lion's weapons right there. And then we start getting into some other stuff. So with this is the PX Preview Edition. And so you get the feather wings here, or the hyperphase mode right there, which is very cool. So you get two of those. And you can attach these instead of the regular wings if you want to. You also do get the regular wings, which is nice. Very good. Nice paint application on all of this stuff. It kind of makes me wish I wore gloves doing this. It just looks so nice, and it's going to leave, I'm going to leave a lot of fingerprints and things like that too as well. So you get the blue lion's like extra kind of weapons there. So that's kind of cool. The green lions. Does this have like a light? Because there's a little... No, it just looks like it's just a clear plastic thing. That would be cool if there was an LED light in that, but there is not. Come on, you spend a lot of money, give us some LEDs. There's the red. That's so cool. All their like cannons and stuff. This is just neat. Here's the black lion. This is the shield. This is the crest that goes on the shoulder of Voltron. So that's very nice. And then the yellow gets all this cool crap. I mean, just all sorts of goodness and gracious great balls of fire. So that, yeah, boom, boom, boom. So that is all the accessories you get with that. And then of course the lions. And so this is what I want to do. I'm going to move all the accessories to the side, and we're going to bring the lions in as the star here. So give me a moment to do that. Okay, now we are just going to look at the lions. I will do articulation on each of the limbs of like I'll probably take the yellow one, and then the green or the red one, and then the black. And we'll do the articulation on that, but they just look great. They do, and I'm going to bring them in closer, so I had to get a seat. I adjusted my camera a little bit so it'll be easier to kind of take a look at. And I don't know where my ruler is that has centimeters and stuff, so basically you're going to be getting inches from me on this. So let's start with the red lion. Let's bring him in, and let's just take a look at him. And he feels good. Does have some die-cast parts in him, and it's plastic too as well. So not as heavy as like maybe a Blitzway or anything like that, but there it is. I mean, it's just the gloss, the paint application, everything looks very, very clean. Something you would expect from a premium toy. Definitely looks nice and gorgeous. And so let's open up the mouth. Mouth does open. That's just gorgeous. And then the tail, it tucks in, but they pull out. So, and the tail is articulated, which is so cool. So you can really do some really cool gnarly poses with that. But yeah, there's the side. This is the bottom. I mean, overall, just a very nice, very neat. Now the arm is majority plastic. I think the only die cast I'm feeling is like right in here in these joints. But I mean, it's a premium feeling. It's not like a cheap feeling plastic. But I wish, I mean, for the price you're paying, I wish it was more die cast. But yeah, this looks great. This looks great. So from a size standpoint, inches wise, from the tail to the front, you're looking at 7 1/4 inches. Now I don't have any of my other lions out that I can kind of compare them to, but what we'll do is we'll compare when we combine them into Voltron, how big he is compared to the other Voltrons like Muscle Bear and 3-0 and Action Toys Voltron and things like that. So we'll compare them that way. Height standpoint, just a little above 3 inches there. From an articulation though, you do get the head swivel right here. Head does move back and forth. Do you get up and down? Not really. Just the nature of this being the arm, you don't get the up and down that I would suggest. I just don't want to break it. That's the thing. Well, you get a little bit, not much there. And again, of course, you do get the mouth does open. The legs, you have a joint here, joint here, joint here, joint here, and it also is just a swivel joint. Joints, joints, joints right there, and it does swing in and out on the legs too as well. You do get the kind of like an ab crunch there, and let's see, you get a swivel of the back end but not the front on that. So but yeah, you do get that. And then this leg, joint, 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 and then the joint here, and it does have, again, ball. It's all on joints that you can really get this into poses. And then of course the tail is very, very cool. So if you want to put his weapons on, so first of all, we'll get his red sword. This right here in the mouth, there's a little slot right there that you fit that in, and you just kind of just pop it in there, and there you go. You got that in there like that. Or does it go this way? I don't remember. Maybe it goes this way. There you go. So yeah, there you go. Got it. They got the weapon in the mouth, and then this right here just plugs in to the top. If I can get that in the hole. That's just been my problem. I can't get things in the hole. There we go. And that plugs in. You got him all armed to the teeth now. He is armored and ready for battle. And let me just get him kind of straight. That's the one thing I have a problem with my lions, is getting them all straight and the way they need to be. But there we go. Looks good. Looks really, really good. So that's awesome. So let's do this. Let's put you over to the side. Let's bring in, which one should we do? Yellow or blue? I typically do the yellow. Let's go ahead and bring blue. Blue needs some love, right? Good old my boy Blue. So when he was in the box, he had this kind of like playful look, and I said, I really like this. It's like a little puppy dog look. And again, the tail tucks in and it comes out as well. And it doesn't like lock into place as far as I can tell without looking at the instructions. So you just kind of have to just play with it, but it is articulated. So very, very nice. He's like, roof, 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 on that. So, but, again, this is just a gorgeous lion. Look at that blue. Look at the details right here, and the sides and the black right here. This is hexagonal kind of. I mean, it looks like it just popped out of the anime. That's just very nice. Joint, 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 joint. These move up and down. The feet do move in and out. Same back here. You got joints, joints, so you can pull that out like that. And so we got this. Boom. Boom. Do we have twist? No, we don't have a crunch or anything like that. The nature of the legs, you don't really get a lot of the crunch or snap, crackle, and pop on that. So, but you do get a very cool lion on that. So we can kind of make him go like that. So cool. Very, very nice. Very, very cool. We can get that back a little bit more. There we go. Whoop. And then you go, Jimmy. Balance it a little bit better. There we are. Okay, so size for this guy, he is going to be about 9 inches stem to stern. And again, about 3 3/4 inches there. Articulation wise, the head is on a weevil, and it's like this because again, it's the foot. You do have mouth articulation, And then again, the joints, but not much in the body from an articulation standpoint on that, but very nice. Okay, now I got that stuck there. That's good. That's good. There we go. Much better. But yeah, there he is. There's the front. I mean, that's the side. There's the front. There's the side. Die-cast wise, it's right here in the joints. This right here is die-cast, right here in the leg part. But everything else is pretty much plastic. There's some die-cast in here. But yeah, there's the lion. The lion. And then we can give him his blade. We'll put that in his mouth. But how many of y'all want to bet that I put the legs on wrong? Again, like I do with all my Voltrons. I almost make it a running joke now. Put the legs on wrong, Jimmy. There we are. Got the blade in his mouth. And then we have this piece. And I don't know how this goes on. I don't know if there's a hinge or something here. It pops off. Yeah, that pops off. And then this will pop on. There you go. Now he's armed to the teeth. So that looks cool. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. That's so cool. So far, I'm very impressed with this. So let's bring in the Black Lion and take a look at him. He has the most die cast of them all. He's heavier than all the rest of them. Blue Lion, let's move you back a little bit more. But yeah, he's going to be the one that just kind of has more. He's chunky. What I like about this Black Lion, it's not like just a square like most of your Voltrons are. This one actually does kind of have just some bodiness to it. So, but yeah, there he is from the side, the front, the side, the top, and the bottom. So yes, this is the Black Lion, piloted by Keith. And so you get his wings. You just kind of put them in there. And this goes right here. There you go. So we got the wings in. From stem to stern, he is about 10 inches to about 4 inches with the wings, 6 inches with the wings. But the wings do move independently. That's so cool. That is so cool. My gosh. Now this is my first Legendary Defender Voltron. I don't have the Playmates or any of those. So this is my first, and so far it's been a real pleasure. And so articulation wise, the head does move. And the main reason why is because this is Voltron's head, right? And then the arm, you do have joint, 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 twist, twist, and movement here. It's more of a ratchet there, but yeah, you do have that movement. Then here you have movement here for this leg, joint, 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 right there. So it would be cool if each of the individual toes or that there's a little twist there. You do have that. You do have an ab crunch, so you get a bit more articulation out of this guy just because. I mean, he's the Black Lion, he's the body of Voltron, right? So he has to have a bit more. Legs do flail out a bit there, so that's cool. Let's bring this down a little bit so you can kind of see him better. And we can give him his weapon, which is so cool. Let's put this in his mouth. Show y'all. I know there they are, right? Where are you? Is it right there where the teeth are? Yeah, there you are. There we go. And we got his weapons in his mouth. So those are so freaking awesome. Like I said, I don't have any of my other lions taken apart to where I can compare them for you guys. Just because everything's kind of precariously on a shelf right now. But well, you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to take one. I'm going to take them apart. I'll get one of the limbs or something like that. We'll compare sizes. So I'll be right back. Okay, I have 3 lions. They're the yellow lions, and so this one right here is Muscle Bear, or the KO of Blitzway, so it's going to be about the same size as the Blitzway. Of course, this one's Riobot, and then this one's 3-0. I do have the Solo Chogokin, but he's still in the box waiting to do a review on him. And so you can kind of see here, and so we'll turn and do a side profile. So first of all, I'm going to take, let's do this. Let me get some of these other lions out of, there's too many lions. I've got too many cats in real life, and metaphorically speaking too as well. I do have 5 cats, like 5 real cats, and I say I got enough cats to form Voltron. So so that's my life. So there they are, kind of in a row. I don't know if you can kind of tell. So this, of course, bigger. These two are almost the same size. I'd say this is a little bit bigger by the tail, but just about the same size. This is a little beefier, but yeah, that's just kind of, you can kind of see a size comparison. Let's see if I can get up at top a little bit so you can kind of see. But there they are, 3-0, Riot Toys, and Muscle Bear, aka Blitzway KO. So that should give you an idea of how big these guys are. So for the price you're spending on this, which is a lot, you would go, hey, I would hope it would be ever bit as big as the Blitzway. So do you get a lot of value in this package? That is a great question. So but let's do this. Let's get ready to combine these guys into Voltron. So I'm going to get them all into the limb modes, and I will be right back. All right, folks, we got them into limb mode, and it was kind of not difficult. I would just say you just had to be precise in some things. So for example, we'll just bring in the red lion here. Here he is in his arm. So what happens is this pops up, and I'll show you here if I can get it to pop up. Oh, you got to pop these out a little bit, and then I can get that to pop up. Maybe. I said it does. Okay, so legs hide in there. These kind of pull out, and then you just then snap it all back together, and voila, boom goes the dynamite. These legs kind of fold up in here. I wish these would have tucked under a little bit more, but you know, they do its job. They do what it's supposed to do, and that's how it's supposed to look in its limb mode. But the green one, same thing, but this one gets the shield, the crest, which is really cool. Love that look there. Very clean look too, without the legs showing. So again, I love that clean look. Legs were a little bit interesting. You kind of, with the yellow, you had to move part of this shield part out of the way. This has the normal heel right here. This does kind of like the normal Voltron thing with the legs here. What's cool is you get stoppage where you can see where you need to stop, and then these legs back here hide underneath these little panels here. Tails tuck in. You got to make sure to get those tucked in tight, so that way they're in there. Really good. But that's the yellow lion limb mode there. And then the blue lion, same verse, second verse, same as the first. So if you know how to do one, you'll pretty much know how to do the other on it. So that's kind of like how the MO of these limbs go. And then the black lion, very similar to other black lions that you get. The legs tuck back into here. So the front legs tuck into here. You can kind of see the back of it right there. And then these kind of slide down, which one of the things you got to do is you have to pull these out to turn them and rotate them. But yep, like the similar leg modes there that you do have with the Voltrons there. So there are all the limbs, and just to help me out, we're going to make sure they're all put on the right side. So there we go. But something to show you, let me move these out of the way first, and I'll just show you with the yellow lion limbs from the other yellow lions. So here again, of course, is Riot Toys Legendary Defender. We've got 3 Zeros leg right here. So Riot Toys is going to be bigger than 3 Zeros leg right there. So that's kind of cool. And then we have Blitzway, which is, well, Muscle Bear, which is the Blitzway. That's where you can kind of see just how big those limbs are comparable to. So, yeah, so now it's time to get him into Voltron to form feet and legs, arms and body, and waist, torso, and I'll form the head. Again, I'm going to try to do, I'll probably do each of these little movements on its own, maybe get it film cut, and then we'll film Voltron. How's that sound? So we got to kind of push that down and pull up a little joint thing. So you can kind of see this little joint thing pulls up, all that stays pushed down. And let's see if we can connect the leg. Let's see what we need to do. Left leg of the block. So we kind of push this in like so. And then I don't know if I got that in right. Make sure the knee is all the way inserted into the back. So there we go. Does that do it? That's interesting. Okay, so that's how that goes on, but that's weird that that does not like really lock into place. That's a big miss right there. So let's do the blue lion. Same thing. You gotta push down and then slide your finger down to get that up. And then we kind of push that in. There we go. Now that's kind of locked in better. Boom. All right, so we've got the legs where they need to be. I think they're in like they should. That's weird that it doesn't lock into place. That is just crazy weird. So let's work on the arms now. And so we'll pop up. Now there's like a, let's see here. Looking through the instructions as I do this. So that's crazy. So there's these little panels that come off right here. So let's see if I can get that popped off. Yep, there we go. And so we'll put on the green arm first. Don't know if I did this right. Maybe this comes like so. There we go. There we are. That's in. And that's how that goes in, just like that. And we do the same to the other side. And let's pop off this part right here. I'll kind of turn it to show you. So it's this little part right there. And you just, there's like a little thing where you can definitely get a little spudger to help you out. That pops off. Now, I thought the arm did like this, but you gotta, like, there. So you need to have that much clearance. And it looks like there's little tabs that they lock into place. And so we'll, come on, you stupid arm. It doesn't like me. Doesn't like me. Let's see if we can third times the charm maybe. Just push, there we go. There we go, we got the arm in. And then, of course, the piece de resistance is the head. And this folds down like so. And then the face, let's kind of pop it up a little bit more where we can kind of see it. And the face right here, just bring that down. Voltron, defender of the universe. And then the ears pop out. Boom. And we've got Voltron here. So there he is, my friends. Good old Voltron. Let me move him back a little bit so we can get him into the shot. Boom. And there he is. That's Voltron, my friends. All in his glory. All together. All $650 of them together. So is it worth $650? I don't think so. I mean, it's really nice. It's really put together really well. But there's a few things that I'm not liking so far. If I don't have these legs in correctly, please correct me, because these instructions are not quite as clear. But I'll tell you what, I'm going to have to go kind of handheld with this a little bit here in just a moment. But first, let's do this. Let's measure him, see how tall he stands. So his legs are a little spread out. You have to kind of do that, or he kind of rubs his thighs. But from stem to stern, about 11 3/4 inches is where we're at on him. And so that's where he kind of sits from a height standpoint. But let's bring him in a little bit closer for a closer look and some more lighting. Let's get the lights looking good. And let's just go a little handheld here. So let's take a look at the face. There it is. Very nice looking face. Love the detail and the sculpt. I mean, it looks really, really good. It looks just like the cartoon. I mean, just that menacing, mean look. It'd be cool if you had other other faceplates and stuff. That would be awesome to have, but we don't. But that's kind of how he looks. Got the skinny waist going all the way down to his junk. And then there's that leg right here. Then this leg over here. But looks really, really nice. Build-wise, I mean, let me turn him. And there we go. We can take a look at the arms from the side profile here. I mean, overall, looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. Let's take him to the back. Take him to the back. And so again, what I don't like is the legs are just weird. And then his tail came out. So let me move that back in here. It's got to just wiggle back in. That's kind of nasty. That's all I'll say about that. But yeah, this right here where the legs are, I don't know if I have it in right or not, if it's all the way in or not. But it's not totally secure, and it tells you to pick it up by the legs, because again, you can see the legs kind of move up and down, and I don't know if that's just maybe for posability or whatever, but that right there is kind of a huge flaw, especially if you pick him up here and then his legs fall out. Because one of the things that at least I like about Muscle Bear in those legs are locked in and they're not going anywhere. Whereas these, you're going to have to be very careful with it. But overall, just really, really nice. Of course, all my fingerprints are all over everything now. And so got to make this look a little bit better, a little bit more prettier. But really, really nice from the back. And then let's go to the side here, put the camera back down, turn him. And this is one of my favorite views because of that crest right there. That's gorgeous. I mean, this is a cool looking bot. I will say that. This is a freaking cool looking robot, a cool looking gestalt character there, and just, I mean, just mean looking, just meanie weenie, all sorts of stuff like that. Gotta try to work these a little bit better, get those tighter, so that way they shut a little bit better. But yeah, overall looks kind of good. Looks really well articulation wise. So let's start at the top of the head here, and we're just a little bit low on my camera. Let me see if I got a box that can help me raise it up. You raise me up. Got a Transformers box. We'll use that to kind of raise it up a little bit, kind of get some of the articulation. Sorry guys, you're getting a lot of raw Jimmy here. But, so we've got from a head, you do have the head does turn, it's on a swivel. Doesn't go all the way around. I mean, I guess you could, well no, you can't go all the way around. Arms, they're not on a ratchet, but they do seem to hold their place. Now that over time could probably wear down. They do seem to hold their place. That's on a ratchet, but interesting how it just doesn't want to hold. That's bad. Then if I want to turn, you can kind of do that there. Get the elbow joint in. And so, yeah. Some of this stuff's still kind of a little bit loosey-goosey for me here. And so, but yeah, that right there, that's a little disappointing with the arm like that, because you would expect it to be able to just stay up. But watch, just gonna tap them. Boom, down. Does it do? Now it stays up, right there. Don't know what's wrong with my green one. It just doesn't like me. Maybe I just don't have something done right, which could very well be the case. But there you got those things right there. The other cool thing, waist rotation. You do have a little bit of waist rotation. You do have an ab crunch right there. Let's see about legs. Legs kick all the way up. Then you can kind of kick it back. You do have a little bit out to the side, not much. And then you do have some bend here. So you can get more than a 90-degree bend. Holds it pretty steadily on that. So, and then you do have the twist right there. And then you have the rocker right here. And then the rocking of the head right there. So so that's a little bit of the articulation. I just got to figure out if my green arm is defective or I'm just not doing things right. It's probably the latter with me on that. So because you know me, I don't do things right. Now what's cool is you got all these weapons that you do have for Voltron. You got his sword right here, and that you can throw in his hand if you want to. You got these two swords right here that you can kind of throw in his hands if you want to. And then you have the shield, and the thing about the shield is the pieces of the wings come off to make that shield. And so I'll put it in some poses where you can kind of see that. But yeah, that's what's cool. Now the other cool thing that I like you can do, because again, this was the exclusive, you can remove these wings if you don't want to use these, and maybe use those for the shield. And so we'll just remove them. And we'll put these babies on. How's that sound? Oh, yeah. Put these. I say put them on, but just got to squeeze that in. Oh, that kind of like, he's like, oh, those are a little too big. And then let's do this one. Squeeze that in. Oh. And now you can put those, and now you have that on him. So that's kind of cool. I don't know if you can see that. Boom. You can put those wings on him. So let's do this. Let me get my other Voltrons and we'll compare them by size, and then we'll talk about my final thoughts. How's that sound? I am handheld, folks. So there you have all the Voltrons, my friend. So on the right hand side is, let me adjust my exposure a little bit. So on the right hand side you have, or right, my right, your left, you have 3-0, middle you have Riotbot, and then you have Muscle Bear, which is the Blitzway one there. So that's how you can see from a size comparison. So he's a little bigger than the 3-0, but definitely smaller than the Muscle Bear. on that. So here's where the tough pill is to swallow. Muscle Bear over there, that guy, he only cost $150. 3-0 over here, he was $300. This one right here is $650. And so, is it worth the $650? Well, that's what we want to find out, and that's what we want to talk about. So there it is from the size standpoint. I'll let you begin debating that. I will probably play around with this a little bit more, put it in some different poses, see if those legs are what they are, and then we'll give you my final thoughts on that. So I'm going to turn it over to Jimmy in the chair. So after about an hour or so of messing with him, playing around, posing him, fixing my errors, all that kind of stuff, I do have my final thoughts on Legendary Defender Voltron by Riobot 1000 Toys. I think that's the name of the company. First of all, again, thank you CY from Kicks Generation Toys for a good deal on this guy. I didn't get a discount, but I do have their rewards program. So when you buy a bunch of stuff, you do get points. And so I was able to buy and offset some of this with some points and things like that. So he is the cheapest place you're going to find this guy too as well. $650, where most places are about $700. Is it worth that? And we'll get into that here in just a moment. But let me bring him back in. And I think this is the pose I may keep him in. Just kind of really just looking off in the distance with the sword right there. I kind of like that. That kind of looks mean. It looks really cool. Just the face thing, it looks great. Sword, I love all the translucent. I love the colors. The colors pop. I mean, very, very, very animation accurate to the Netflix show on that. It's got some heft, it's got die cast inside of it, and it's very, very posable. I mean, there's certain things you can do with this Voltron and really, really pose them. Now, the cons, this is where it does get a little tricky. The legs is the big thing. You see how I'm holding him right here? You got to hold him this way because the legs do not lock in. No matter how I looked, how I tried, or whatever, if you know a trick or something like that, help me, because I cannot get these babies locked in. They will not lock in for the life of me. The arm, I was able to fix the green arm. I figured out what I was doing wrong, but it's still a little bit of a floppy mess. But overall, I was able to get it where it's a bit more sturdier. So he does work a little sturdier. It doesn't have really much in the way of ratchet joints. So, you know, they're more friction joints. And so what that means is over time, those may wear out. So that's something to think about too as well. But other than that, that's the big thing, is the legs. For me, that is the big thing, because I want a Voltron that's secure. And then the price tag, $650. That is a lot. Now, if you're a Voltron fan, you would probably pick it up because you're a Voltron fan. But it's going to be a tough pill to swallow, because man, I know you get a lot of accessories, you get a lot of stuff. The paint, everything on this is very, very accurate. But Blitzway is getting ready to come out with theirs, and if it lands around the same price, then go with the Blitzway one. That would be the way to go. But if you want a really, really good Legendary Defender one, I think this is a good one. It's just got some flaws, and it needs to come down in price. I would say anywhere in the $400 to $500 range might be a little bit more fair for this, because $600 for something that's not as tall, like I can get the Muscle Bear for, you know, $150, but for something that's not as tall, that's not as much die cast, and that has some flaws that I just really, really don't like, $650 is too much. So I would say I would feel comfortable in the 4 range on that. 5 would be pushing it, but $650 is a little too much. And so if I had to go back and do it again, would I buy him? Probably not. I probably wouldn't. I would probably say, hey, he's going to stay on the shelf. But I am glad I did get it, so I can review it for y'all and tell you my opinion on it. Now, again, if you're a Voltron collector, if you're one that is a completionist, if you'd like a really, really great copy of the Legendary Defender, this is a good copy. Just know that you're going to have some nuances with it and some growing pains. But Riobot, I mean, On a scale of good, bad, awesome, I would just put this at good. What really knocks the points is the legs on here, and then some of the joint issues that I had. But other than that, I think it's great. If the legs locked in, it would probably be really, really close to being really, really great. But since those legs don't lock in, I'm deducting points for that. So, but that's all I got to say about him. If you want to get him, again, get him on Kicks Generation Toys. That's where you're going to find them the cheapest. I know when it ships to me, I don't pay taxes, so that's awesome. And then shipping is free on anything over $200. But Adam, I hope you had a happy birthday. This video was dedicated to you, so I hope it was a happy birthday. And I know you're from one huge Voltron fan to another. I hope you enjoyed this. But yeah, maybe consider becoming a member. Maybe you too, Adam. Consider becoming a member. No, I'm just kidding. Consider becoming a member, or just be a subscriber to the channel. That's what I love. I love all of y'all. And tune in next time when I do talk about something else, good, bad, or awesome. But in the meantime, y'all remember to stay young, have fun, and be awesome. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye now.
Who the hell can stop me? Go!